Shalom, shalom. This is Mikael again, and this is the third video on Irusalem and its parts. This is a dissertation on Jerusalem or Irusalem and all of the parts according to Josephus, the scriptures, and a couple of other Google and. Today, we're looking at the Temple Mount today. My goal is to go over scriptures that describe what it should look like. We're also going to look at the actual picture from above using Google. We're also gonna go over a mock-up. Sketches of the actual temple according to Josephus. I've taken measurements. We're gonna talk about the measurements of the site, as well as we're gonna talk about the latitude and the longitude of the site. Okay, so now we're looking at the scriptures. This time I wanted to have some scriptures up so you could actually see them instead of just me talking. And we'll start at Psalm 79 and 1, a psalm of Asaph. It says, O Elohim, the nations have invaded your inheritance. They have defiled your holy temple, the set-apart temple. They have laid Jerusalem in ruins. Another scripture is Jeremiah 9 and 11. It says, I will make Jerusalem a heap of ruins, a haunt of jackals, and I will make the cities of Yehuda a desolation without inhabitants. And this is true. Jeremiah 17 and 3, the mountain of mine in the countryside, I will give over your wealth and all your treasures for booty, your high places for sin throughout your borders. This is referring to the city of David, which will probably be in the next. I'll cover David, the city of David, here in the next couple of videos. Jeremiah 22 and 6. For thus says Yahuwah concerning the house of the king of Yehuda, you are like Gilead to me, like the summit of Lebanon, yet most assuredly I will make you like a wilderness, like cities which are not inhabited. And once again, it's talking about making it like a wilderness. And as we take a closer look at the pictures of the true Jerusalem, you will see that it is a wilderness and the cities are not inhabited. Jeremiah 26 and 18. Micah of Moresheth prophesied in the days of Hezekiah king of Yehuda, and he spoke to all the people of Yehuda, saying, Thus Yahuwah of hosts has said, Zion or Zion will be plowed as a field, and Jerusalem will become ruins, and the mountain of the house as the high places of a forest. And some of this is dealing with the city of David. All of these prophecies, the Most High, He has brought to fruition, and we will see that. But I wanted to focus on the one where it says Jerusalem will become ruins. It also says Zion will be plowed as a field. And this is Zion has been plowed as a field, according to our some of the forefathers, church fathers. But also Jerusalem has also been plowed as a field as well, and it has been ruins. Jeremiah 35 and 17. Therefore, thus says Yahuwah of Elohim of hosts, of Elohim of Israel, behold, I am bringing on Yehuda and on all the inhabitants of Jerusalem all the disaster that I have pronounced against them, because I spoke to them, but they did not listen, and I have called them, but they did not answer. And if we think about Deuteronomy 28, all of those things have been done. Those prophecies have been fulfilled. And Jeremiah 44:2, thus says Yahweh of hosts, of Elohim, of Israel, you yourselves have seen all the calamity that I have brought on Jerusalem and all the cities of Yehuda, and behold, this day they are in ruins, and no one lives in them. And this is even true today. There may be a few from the other nations there, and there's a few of our people, but when you look through the city of David, there's nobody there. Jeremiah 52:13. He burned the house of Yahuwah, the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, even every large house he burned with fire. And I understand this is referring to the Babylonians and what they did, but at the same time, this same verse is also prophesying about the destruction of the temple the second time. And this one right here, Lamentations 5:18. Because of Mount Zion, which lies desolate, foxes prowl in it. And this is referring to the city of David, which I'll go over that probably in the next couple of videos. Let's see. And Micah 1:6. For I will make Samaria a heap of ruins in the open country, planting places for a vineyard. I will pour her stones down into the valley and will lay bare her foundations. And this is referring to the Amorite Jerusalem that is there it's actually in Samaria, or in the land of Ephraim. Okay, so we're looking at the whole site, the whole Temple Mount site, including the Baris Tower, or also called the Antonio Fortress. I wanted to focus right here on the Struthion Pool. This is very important to what Josephus was speaking of, that the mound is directly across from the Struthion Pool. And when we look across, we have this mound, the Roman siege mound, on the northern part of the temple. And when we go across all of this area right here, this is the mound. This is also a mound, and it goes all the way across over here and down here. And this is a large mound. We're also going to look at this area where the Romans built the siege to get onto the Temple Mount. But also we have the colonnades, the walkways that cross over to the Temple Mount. We see both of them. You see the ruins, or what's left of them. You see here, and also we see down here. Okay, and when we'll take a closer look at that on the Google here in a second. But I wanted to point to the Temple Mount, where it's right here in the middle area. This whole area was actually was the Temple Mount, from here to here. Okay, and you can see where the walkways ended, and the walkways ended right here, and we have the actual area where the Temple Mount stood. Okay, now we're looking at the measurements of the temple mound ruins. There's a few things I wanted to talk to you about the measurements that I found some major discrepancies, and I'll just read what I wrote. Measuring the dimensions of Boris has has several obstacles to determining the true dimensions of the temple. And Boris' fortress, after Herod the Edomite reconstructed them, the obstacles are determining which Greek or Yawan measurement of a furlong and stadion. Um, Other obstacles is you gotta excuse my eyes. Discrepancies in language translations from English to Greek, and Greek to Aramaic, and Aramaic to Yahudi. And last, matching up the cardinal directions correctly. To get around these, we focus more so on the ruins and the measurements of those ruins. Tudah Yahuwah, to the detailed writings of Josephus. It gives us vivid descriptions of the Jerusalem during the control of Esau and Japhet's descendants, and the cardinal points of Yasharal and Greek cardinal points. So because of these discrepancies with the measurements of the Greek stadium and the furlong, we're focusing on the knowledge of, and I keep referring to the first video where I read the scriptures where the Most High says that he will choose a spot where his name will be, and this is the only spot in Israel that has beat Yahuwah, that is referring to this spot that is where his name is. This is it. Now I understand a lot of us, the Yahudim and also Israel are looking at other places, but this thing right here, it ties directly with the scriptures, and this pottery along with the other pottery shards were found here at the tower. Now this is Boris according to our people, according to Josephus. The Edomites refer to this as Antonio fortress or tower. So this is a very, very important part. So when we look at the measurements are based off of the actual measurements that I pulled from the Google. I used Google, and I used mathematics, preferably cross multiplication, to find out the measurements of the site. Okay, so I'm going to go through the measurements of the sides and the measurements of both the Temple Mount. I'm pulling the Temple Mount from the excavation and also from the distance of the mound that will be shown later on in this video, of the mound, the Roman siege mound that will be shown in this video. We'll start with the first, the distance from the mound all the way across to the very edge of the Boris tower. Okay, it's 4,000 amas. 4,000 amas. It's also in feet. It will be 6,800 feet. In the two is the north side of bars from one edge to the other edge, and they came out to 941.18 amas, and that's actually in feet. It is 1,600 feet. Number three is the colonnades or the causeway. The causeway coming across. We have it at 1,294.12 amas, or in feet. In feet, it is 2,200 feet. We have number four. Number four is here. It's between the colonnades. Between the colonnades from north south, it is 941.18 amas, or 1,600 feet. We also have number five. Number five is the southern colonnade. The southern colonnades are, let me see if I can find it, 823.53 amas, or in feet. In feet, it is 1,750. Excuse me, it's 1,400 feet. Number six. Number six is the south side of bars. So it's a south side from east to west, and we have in amas it's 705.88 feet, and 88 amas, and in feet it is 1,200 feet. Number seven is here. In amas is 2,235.29 amas, and in feet it is 3,800 feet. And number eight is the temple width, just the temple width, not including the colonnade and the bars. Is just the temple width is we're looking at in amma is 1,844.7 feet. Okay, I'm giving the legend. The legend, we have 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet, and it is also equal to 3,105.88 amas. We also have 1 amma is equal to 20.6 inches and 1.7 feet. Okay, so now we're looking at the math that went into it. The northern sides of the temple, and this is, so we have feet and inches, and these are the measurements that we came out. If you have any questions on this, you can send me an email on my YouTube channel, or a message on the YouTube. This is northern side temple math. Okay, now we're looking at the north side of Boris math, and once again we're using cross multiplication. And if you have any questions, or you think the math is off, please send me a message. Okay, now we're looking at the colonnades or the causeway length, and this is the math for it. We have the feet in inches. This is the math for the causeway. Okay, this is between colonnades, and this is I don't know what happened here. I forgot the math, but this is the measurements in feet and also in amas. Okay, this is the southern colonnade math for the measurements. Okay, we're looking at the south side of Boris. mathematics for the measurements. Okay, now we're looking at the west side of the temple. Mathematics. So we're looking at the temple width, which is just the temple without the colonnade and the baris. If you notice, I have the total north side minus the colonnades and plus baris, and that's how I found the temple width. Okay, so let me show you how I did it, just in case you want to fact check the information that I'm giving. I took the Google and I blew it up. I printed out the Google map of the Temple Mount site, and they have a measurement scale factor, and they give it to you as 5 feet. 5 feet, and I take the measurement. I actually measure. This is like 500 feet, and I took the measurement of it, and it was you can see it's almost 1.5 inches. Okay, so that's pretty much how I got the measurements. 1.5 inches on this picture. I don't know the picture for the other one. I have it at 1.25, so it's a little bit smaller than this one. So you would need to move it up to 1.25 on the measurement that's at the bottom of the scale factor, and then you can measure it for yourself. Okay, so now we're gonna take a look at the longitude and the latitude. I believe that this is very important for knowing where you are praying to, and I wanted to give for I wanted to give a larger map of the modern day Israel, so you'll know exactly where you are and also have longitude and latitude. We have Irusalem, which is right here. This is the spot, the Telerod, where this is Arad and Telerod is. This is where the Jerusalem is. This is also the land of Yehuda. It sits on the 31.27730 degrees north, and east it sits on 35.114440 degrees east, and some key spots, they call Masada. This is actually Jericho, and I'll have some more videos on Jericho. The Amorite Jerusalem. This is the Amorite Jerusalem mentioned in Yehoshua 10 and verse 5. And this is from a large view, knowing where the actual site is, and also where to pray towards as well. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that I didn't just make it up. Here's the Google site, and it's a longitude and latitude of the actual spot where we are to pray, which I believe that we are to pray, and also this is the place where between the portico and the altar. Between the portico and the altar is a spot where we should pray. All right, so now the fun part is to I think it's fun, but I'm very joyful to see the tower that the Baris tower that was mentioned of by Josephus, and you can see the mound. This is how large the mound is, and you can see that it goes a pretty long distance here, and it's pretty high as well. Let me see if I can widen out the view, so you can see that we're looking. This is the Herod called Antonio, but to us is Baris. This is the Baris tower, and then when we turn and we look the opposite direction, and if you notice, if you think about the scriptures that I read about the plowing of the field, and of the plowing of the field, and the ruin, and its desolation. This is desolation. We're looking at the spot where we are supposed to be praying to, and I'll say this: that the scripture was fully fulfilled in all of those scriptures that I read. That this is desolate. This is where foxes can run around. This is a total desolation. We're looking at the tower, the colonnades. What we're standing close to, the ruins of the colonnade, and then we'll look at the other colonnade. The other colonnade. Looking at the other colonnade. And then here in the middle. Oops. And here in the middle is where it is supposed to be at. The Temple Mount stood right here. Now this other area, this will get into the next video, is the deep valley that surrounded the crevice, according to Josephus. Also Tacitus spoke of this, and that will be in the next video. And how did it get to this point where it's been somewhat filled in, but we'll see in a next video that it's sunk. The dirt has sunk, and you can see the imprint of the Cheesemonger Valley, and that will be in the next video. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, please feel free to message me on YouTube.